This is like the worst time to film, I just realized, because it is rush hour kind of, so people are going home, so you can hear like a lot of sirens, a lot of honking, a lot of engines revving. I do not have any luck when it comes to filming time because I'm an idiot. Okay, hi! I'm Cherry and you've stumbled upon my channel, and today we are going to be doing the spoiler tag. I was originally tagged by Pay over at Attention, and recently I was tagged by Jess from Jess the Book Freak, and I will be linking both their channels and their videos down below so you can also check out their answers to the questions. Anyway, before I start rambling again, as I always do, let us just get on to the questions. Question number 1. What do you consider a spoiler? A spoiler to me is like things that aren't mentioned in the official summary, like in Goodreads or the back of the book, and things that aren't mentioned in the first 20 pages of the book or in the first 1, 2, 3 chapters. Basically, an earth-shattering, life-changing event that happens within a book, movie, series that changes like the entire thing, almost like the revelation, you know? When you read a book or watch a movie or a series to completion, then you will know what that event is. And if you tell it to people who did not ask to be spoiled, then maybe you deserve a place in hell. Question number 2. Does the genre you're reading impact what you consider to be a spoiler? I think so. I think Jess had like the perfect answer for this in her video. For example, if you're reading a thriller or a horror and then somebody dies, that's kind of a given. But like character death in a contemporary book or a romance is kind of like a whole different thing altogether. But yeah, that's just like one example. I feel like what people consider to be a spoiler really does vary on what kind of genre they usually read. Question number 3. All the best bits are in the trailer. Sometimes a synopsis can be too detailed. Do you research books prior to reading them, or do you prefer to know nothing about the book? It depends. It depends. Usually, I don't really like do any additional research in books. I usually just read them blindly, but if it's, for example, a book with mixed reviews, but I really want to read it, I usually do like additional research in case I will absolutely detest it. And if the reviews are pretty reasonable, then I will read it anyway. So yeah, it highly depends on the book I'm going to read, but I both go in blindly, but sometimes I also do too much research. Question number 4. Sometimes the introduction or translator notes can spoil the ending, especially for classics. Has this ever happened to you? I don't read a lot of classics, but when I do, so far it hasn't really happened to me. I don't think so, at least. What I've read so far from introductions and translator notes don't really have a lot to do with the biggest plot point of the story, which I guess is lucky for me, but I heard like a lot of people saying that that pisses them off when they read the translators and introduction notes at the beginning of the book. But for me, it hasn't happened. At least I don't think so. Number 5. Name a time somebody spoiled a novel for you. Oh, bitch. I think I ranted about this to a friend already, but okay. So I was chatting with another friend, and I think they were rereading, I'm not sure, but they were reading the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. Or at least I think it's the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. All I know is that it's from the Camp Half-Blood series, and she knows that I am also in the process of reading Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And then she messaged me and was like, oh my god, blah 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 died. And I was like, you fucking bitch. Why would you tell me that? I am literally in the 2nd book and you're gonna tell me somebody dies in like, I don't even, honestly speaking, she's lucky. She's so fucking lucky that I have the memory of a goldfish, because I don't remember which character died and I don't remember which book that character died. So all is forgiven, kind of, but I'm still so fucking pissed whenever I think about it, because I was like, what if it actually stuck to me, you know? But no, I don't know who the character is yet, and I don't remember which book they died, but I am so pissed. I'm so pissed because I did not ask to be spoiled. I literally just said, oh, I'm reading that too, and they were like, blah 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 died, and I was like, why would you tell me that? You know, how about you go to hell? If you're watching this and you know who you are, I swear to God, Question number 6. Have you ever spoiled a novel for somebody else? Yes, I have, but the difference is that they ask to be spoiled. And those books are the Crazy Rich Asians trilogy. My sibling absolutely loves the Crazy Rich Asians movie. They borrowed the first book from me, but they're not really that big of a reader. The only things they read so far are like the Spiderwick series and the Percy Jackson series, but they just could not get through the Crazy Rich Asians trilogy. But they absolutely loved the movie. So we all know that the second movie is taking forever to be filmed and to come out. Like, there is no set date yet because I don't know, of the pandemic or whatever. I don't know why they're taking so long. But we were watching it on the television one night, and I asked my sibling, do you want to know what happens? And they were like, oh, absolutely, because they're not going to read the entire series. So I was like, okay, I'll tell you what happens. So I told them what happened in the second book, and I told them what happens in the third book, and I told them some of the things that happened in the first book that weren't shown in the movie. So yeah, that's the main thing I can remember. Like, before I spoil anything, I usually ask. Actually, I even ask, are you sure you want me to spoil it? And if they say yes again, then we don't have a problem with that, right? But if they say no, then yeah, I'll just let them find out for themselves. Question number 7. If spoilers ruin novels, are there some authors or genres you can't reread? Not really. I can't think of any author or genre that I can't reread because somebody spoiled something for me. I feel like if you read a book, obviously you already know what's gonna happen, right? But I feel like it's fun to reread horror books and thriller books because the second time around, or the third time around, or how many times around, you're going to notice these little clues on the way to the big reveal. And I think that's like a fun time, you know, like, oh my god, I didn't catch that part. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense, you know? So I can't really think of any specific author or genre that I'd have a problem rereading, if ever, because I feel like rereading is a whole new experience altogether. Question number 8. When reviewing, are you spoiler free? And does this limit your ability to discuss? When reviewing books, I am very much spoiler free. And even though I'm spoiler free for the most part, whenever I do reviews for books, like on Twitter, Instagram, BookTube, blogging, I usually put a disclaimer at the beginning that may contain spoilers, may contain minor spoilers, even though for the most part, there aren't any spoilers. I just wanted to like warn people in case that I put something in that review, or I say something in that review that I don't personally consider a spoiler, but they might consider a spoiler, you know? So I'm just putting a warning out there. But for the most part, I don't really mention spoilers as much as possible when I'm talking about books, even movies or series. Question number 9. Shout out. Tell us 5 channels you enjoy, then tag them. I am not sure which of you guys have done this already, and because this tag is very old, I am going to have to check if the people I plan on tagging have already done this, but I am going to be tagging some people in the description box down below, and you guys can check it out. But if you want to do this tag, consider yourself tagged, and please mention me because I also want to hear your answers if you do end up doing this tag. Anyway, I feel like I did not make sense for most of this video. I have been having a hard time articulating what I want to say recently, and I don't know why that is. Is it the season? Is it seasonal depression? I have no fucking idea. But I have been having difficulty saying what I want to say or trying to explain things, and I am so sorry about that. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye!